Hi guys, this is Coach Ayet of the Secured and Happy Lifestyle. I will be with Miss Nikki Tang and she's here with us. Say hi, Miss Nikki.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Coach Ayet. I'm very happy, excited to be here. I'm excited to share with you a lot of things that we would like to know more from each other.
Right. Nako, yung yung credentials mo, it's all level up talaga. I hope that you can give us some tips on how you achieve those citations. Say, for example, the review that they have for you for Tatler and various newspapers and some of the organizations that gave you those awards. Can you tell me more about that?
Right. Coach Ayet, I think everything is just destined to happen one way or the other as long as you put yourself out there. I've always enjoyed discovering new things and finding my skills and talents. So first, as a beautypreneur, where I am already in the industry for more than 20 years. So it's my passion to be, to not only want to look good, but what's more important is to feel good. And of course, what's more valuable than that is to also share to others how to help others look good and feel good. So with that, I get a lot of inspirations, and I always enjoy sharing, talking about women empowerment as well as the new innovations in beauty technology. And we very much collaborate with skin experts who are the dermatologists, the doctors, because they help us educate the consumer what are the proper good skincare and how to use the proper skincare. So with that, I'm one of the few fortunate enough that I get to enjoy what I do. So while I do my business, motivate my team, I also get to share and market what I do through these different exposures.
Right, and it's so happy, right? That not only na ikaw yung nandoon sa top, but you also have people, you give employment, especially during this time. And aside from that, guys, it's not just local. I'm sure that Miss Nikki also have engagements from people abroad, researching the latest skincare. Tama ba yun?
Very much true. And that's where our expertise and as a market leader in the industry is really all about. So we only provide credible technology and products. Most importantly, it's not just because it's good, but it's also safe, short and long term.
Nako, okay pa ba yung mga skin ko dyan? Do you have skincare for all, what do you call it, skin types? For,
Yes.
say, for example, for all ages? How young should one have to use your products?
Yeah. So we have several brands. I would like everybody to check out our website. It's
Oh,
dmarkbeauty.com.
yes.
We have a vast portfolio. So we have for anti-aging like Strata and a very good photo protection, which is Helio Care. It really protects you all kinds of UV rays, indoor, outdoor. And of course, EndoCare, Sivamed for the babies, for young skin, young adults, especially those oily skin. Sobrang common right now. Piretics, Bioderma is also very good for sensitive skin or even seriously dry skin. So yes, Coach Ayet, ang dami and
all ages talaga,
all
no? You
ages, all
captured it.
skin conditions as well.
Ay, nakakatuwa naman yan. So, yung achieve yung goal na you age gracefully, di ba? Because, did you know guys, kasi as what the audience knew before yung previous episode, the largest organ is the skin. Sabi nila it's the liver, but it's really the skin. At depende yan, debatable yan. Pero, syempre the skin protects the internal organs. So, dapat we should care for it, di ba? Tama yun, Miss Nikki. Now, can you give us something na you mentioned that there are researches on the latest skincare, and you also made mention about this is the technology that is used right now to help skins from of babies to adults. Do you also have in your website something that will diagnose what skin type they are, or do you have that as a part of your consultation or service na you provide them that online so that they can choose the right product for themselves?
Currently, we do not have because we really refer and lead any inquiries and patients, customers, consumers to the doctors. And
That's
always
good. May medical
right,
prescription
always
dapat.
right. Mm. And the doctors would really be the expert to help know what is the right skincare, and more than that, the right regimen. Because it's not enough like
Okay.
you have oily skin, you get an oily skin product, right? So there's
Oo.
some protocols that it's best, like you know, just like taking antibiotics, you know, there's a regimen to follow.
Yeah. Oo.
Eventually, you achieve the right skin.
So in that case, so I'm just curious to know how did you start learning all this? Is this part of your interest as a child, or is this something that you develop over time because you really like skin care? So can you walk us through your background? What made you go into this kind of industry?
uh, you know, the funny thing in life, you really have to just open yourself. I graduated BS Manufacturing Engineering and Management. And soon, right after college, I did not have specific plans, just like any newly graduate. However, my grandmother, my Lola, and my mother, they are really successful female entrepreneurs, and they always look good. And my mom, who travels a lot, especially during those times,
Mm-mm.
she's already really using this one brand. It's actually the first brand that I brought it in. It's called New Strata. It's from Princeton, USA. And with that, she told me, Nikki, you must look into this one and find a way to bring it to the Philippine market, because it's so good, but it's not available here, or if it is available, there's a difficulty in the accessibility to the product, right? And
Oo.
it
Tama.
is well endorsed by dermatologists worldwide. Even some Filipino dermatologists during that time already have been looking and trying to recommend, but patients don't know where to get. So from there, I work hard. I try to learn, even I don't know anything yet about marketing, about beauty, about science, and the rest is history. But you know, Coach Ayat, in all of this, you really have to put your heart and mind. You,
Mm-mm.
you have to love what you do so that you can achieve whatever goal is right in front of you.
Yes, and I think it's also a factor that your family supported that. And when I say family, it's just not your grandma and your mom, but you also supported their idea on bringing the product or that technology here in the Philippines. So most, if not all, women will benefit. Is it only for women, sorry, or pwede rin siya kahit for men?
Oh, alam mo, there's so many. I have a lot of male friends, and I'm sure male
Talaga.
patients who
That's
have really
nice.
gained and appreciated the technology of all the brands actually for different
Oo.
purposes.
Ako, nalilinya ako dito sa mga pa-beauty-beauty na to. Dapat medyo maging conscious mga kaibigan ko. Ayan. And it's not just for women. You also made mention a while ago that you are all for womenpreneurship. And I also learned about you got getting featured in several articles on how you drive or how you advocate women entrepreneurship. Can you, what is that instant in the past that made you, yung na-fire yung drive mo on helping women?
Yeah, because I'm a woman myself, and I
Mm-mm.
I do encounter a lot of challenges also and trying to be successful. And I also come from a relatively conservative Filipino Chinese family, so it means I think generally women, you have to prove yourself more, double time, that you can do it
Yeah.
also.
Oh,
And I'm
oh.
also the eldest among our siblings, so there's a lot of responsibilities. And I can see that some women may not have the opportunities that I have. So with my business, that is in the business of beauty, I decided, why not I optimize that to make it as a platform also to help women, not only because sometimes physical aspect are the ones that drive us for the first door to success, right? I mean, you have
Mm-mm.
to look good, but then again, after a
Right,
few,
right.
it may not mean anything anymore, right? So what's more important is to have the confidence inside. I have always been a shy person, And until now, sometimes I'm still shy about it. But when I know that I have what I have everything that I want to give, and that gives me the confidence, and I also know that I look good, presentable, then I think that is already 10 steps ahead toward nearer to our goal in life.
Yes, yes. Parang half of the battle is won already. Kasi usually naman, it's really the perception. The first, sabi nga nila, 30 seconds, di ba?
Yes.
On how you project yourself is really how they will perceive you. Now, what is in a day of life of Nikki? I know that you're a mom. Two boys, tama ba?
True.
Yes, yes. How do you manage being a busy womanpreneur or beautypreneur and being a mom? Can you tell us more about the back end naman of what Nikki Tang's life is?
Well, especially these days, it's always just about thinking my morning coffee and breakfast. And I just had mine before this podcast
Before we
today,
record, yeah.
right?
Mm-mm.
And that helps me to give a good start for the day, actually. And then, of course, foremost, some little prayers for grace for the day that I will face, and then make some moments with my plants. I love nourishing them with water, taking some few seconds. It gives me feeling that it's a new day. And then I also try to choose a positive mantra for the day, something I will repeat to myself, such as
Experience,
like,
yeah.
today is beautiful, or like I feel grateful for all I have. Just be having a grateful heart. And while getting ready with the hustles and bustles of the day, I also prep myself with lots of organization, planning for important meetings. And yan, dyan na pumapasok yung multitasking, time to time coaching.
Yes, nako, the best tayo dyan.
Yeah. And then throughout the day, in between different tasks and coordination and meetings, I make time also with my various involvements with my philanthropies and advocacies, because I'm also supporting Rotary and other different advocacies. So
Wow,
time to time there will be meetings related to that. And
that's
then,
nice.
yeah, thank you. And then time flies so fast towards the afternoon. I would start thinking naman about how to plan the evening. But it's as simple, like what food to have, maybe even to think about the next episode in Amazon Prime or Netflix to watch.
Right.
At times after dinner, Coach Ayet, due to time zone, I will have to connect with some peers also outside the Philippines, yung mga nasa US or Europe. So that's the time naman na I will have to catch up by Zoom, all these virtual meetings. And then final round of all this catching up with emails and even social media, di ba? And then the last part of the day, more of the evening na talagang settling down after another long day, I try to spend few minutes doing some painting with numbers, listening to good music while doing the painting. And most important, I like to share is that this is also the time I do more reflections and prayers and organize my thoughts to prepare for another new day. So, ganun
That's
lang, Coach.
great. Ang no, sobrang unproductive ng day. But I'm sure that you are very happy doing it and you enjoy doing it because imagine you mentioned something about painting, listening to music. You're really on the art side of things na nakakatuwa.
Yeah.
And I think yun nga, you connect to people, you engage, and it's really something that you attract. I believe on that. So, if there is something that you want, affirmations during the start of your day will make you feel happy. Guys, ginagawa ko din siya. Just
But
mention something, yung some adjectives
mhm.
that you want and you feel that you resonate on, and that will get you through the day. That's a good tip, Miss Nikki. Um, you mentioned something about engaging to other people. How is it with the kids? Are they really, I think they're boys, right? They're two
Correct.
boys. So how is your communication with them? Kasi I know that this time there's more time to bond with the family. How do you define success at home?
Well, my kids are two fine young gentlemen. They're growing very, very fast. But I think that's also the what's happening right now. That most of them will spend time online because of
Right.
their
Oo.
friends or even with their studies. But that's okay.
Mm-mm.
So we try to catch up during meal time and of course during weekend. So as a parent, actually, there's just so many things that you want to impart to your kids, right? But
Yeah.
if touching on this, on the idea of success, okay, success as a parent, that you want them, of course, the who parents who wouldn't want their daughters or their sons to be successful one day.
Right.
So I have to instill to them continually that living a successful and happy life is actually always finding that balance. So balance for yourself, time for yourself, for your with your family and friends, especially now after graduation, they will also be starting to look for work,
Yeah.
and in between work, some leisure time, right? So it's all about striking the proper balance for so that they can prepare themselves what is happening today and how they would like to face the future.
It's so nice to feel that that you are not the authoritarian. I feel that you are the parent who gives support and at the same time you guide them, I suppose, because that is what you had in the past as well. Early on our conversation a while ago, it matters that the elders will be supported, and I'm sure your sons will also be looking after you later on. But does any one of them would like to continue what you have started?
Um, I keep a very open door about that. If they want to, I feel because they're boys, they would rather really always want to explore outside,
Okay.
and I would love to encourage them. But should they decide that they would also like to help out in the family
Right.
business, they're most welcome, and I'm sure they can contribute after all this education
Yes.
and experience from outside that
Yes,
they.
and I'm thinking also because in the family, they may not be really into accounting, but the technical aspects on how we can be present digitally in the platforms, right? They can help on that. And we also have this family constitution wherein we wanted the children let known by the relatives also that handing over the business to them is really like more of a privilege, not an expectation, because of course we wanted them to live their lives as well as they wanted to be. However, it will also be, as you mentioned, very welcome din sila if they wanted to take over later on, because sayang naman what we started, diba? And as business preneurs or entrepreneurs or people who owns business, we always wanted that they can, yung parang naka-note na yan sa estate planning later on, diba? So we wanted sana as early as now, um, to guide them or have them be accustomed to how our day was, diba? How our day is like. Sometimes they would look at us and say, "Ay, ang daming ginagawa. Parang gusto ko ba yun?" Diba? Have you experienced that? Parang, so those are the things that I explain to the children as well na, you know what, this is life and because parang ganyan. Or we started at this, you wanted this, and that's why. Those are the statements, mga opening statements that we tell them.
Very
So,
much.
Miss Ni, oo, diba? Um, you mentioned something about having them to live their own lives, diba? So, and you mentioned happy. Yan. If you can talk to your child about life, andito na tayo. What will you tell your child? So, for example, regardless of how old they are, what do you normally tell them during your meal conversations?
Well, there are a lot of things. Sometimes if I have longer time, I would say more, but sometimes I try to just optimize whatever time
Yeah.
available from my side or from there. But
Mm-mm.
generally speaking, I would tell my two sons, who both are really, I'm very grateful for their becoming a very fine young gentleman, to keep these words inside their hearts and minds as they continue to grow and live and discover mature adult life. Okay, so first of all, I would always tell them that I will always be here for them, that no words can ever express my love as a mom for them, and they should never be afraid to talk to me about anything. So it's more of like, I want to assure them first. Then I will now get into the idea of reminding them that life is actually a gift. It's a gift with a lot of colors, moments, and even it's a grace. And therefore, so try to celebrate it, because there's just so many lovely things amidst all these challenges. It's still lovely, okay, because we have the chance to share a part of ourselves, even with just a simple smile,
Yes.
the kind words. We can make each other feel better, even just, you know, after especially have a long, not so good day. And the time, I think time is very, very valuable, that when somebody make time for someone, it means a lot. And I think that's the beauty of life. And I would always remind them, with everything that we want to do in life, which is only one life, I think at the end of the day, the discernment is you should always follow your heart while you believe in yourself, because nothing is impossible. And but it's not only about following your heart. It's also about trying to live a meaningful life. So that can be subjective. What is a meaningful life? But I think at the end of the day, it's also about living a purposeful, happy life. And don't be so greedy. Don't. It's not all about being powerful and not losing yourself, your soul, diba? Just to attain something that you desire so much. So along the way, there would be a lot of challenges and um, conflicts, okay? But I think it's important that as a mom, as a parent, to remind them that honesty will always go a long way. So not only being honest to people around you, but being authentic to yourself. Because if you are authentic to yourself, to your wants, nothing should lead you out of your path to your success, right? So, and then of course, on the lighter side, I told them, since you're young, you must always enjoy yourself, because
Correct.
you're still young.
Oo.
So you still have a plenty of time to be more stressed when you're older. But right now, just enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. And if they get married someday, I would want them to also, I mean, their wives and their children would also be so proud of them, just as me, their mom, that I've always been so proud of.
Oh, that is so beautiful. What I wanted to parang take away from what you mentioned is that having a happy lifestyle is really something that is meaningful, and that is something that nobody can take away from you, because things can be taken away, right? But if you have time on your hands, make the most of it, and then optimize the use of your time also with your family. And that is exactly what the Secured and Happy Lifestyle podcast is. And with that, Miss Nikki, after all that has been said, I thank you so much, and may you please promote your business on this platform.
Yeah, thank you again, Coach Ayat, for having me. I really enjoyed this conversation. I would love to invite everyone to check out our website. It's dmarkbeauty.com. Anything about knowing how to have a good, healthy skin, aging gracefully, we will be happy to offer you all these different products in dmarkbeauty.com, and also happy to refer you to dermatologists that is convenient to you, to help you achieve your skin, a beautiful skin rather. Thank you.
Ayan. And the social media platforms will be posted on this audiogram as well on all social media of Coach Ayat. And one last question before we let go of Miss Nikki Tang. What is your secret to a secured and happy lifestyle?
I think for me, Coach Ayat, the happy, secured lifestyle really is a balance of work life. And it's also not only a balance, but now it's more of integration, because balance is just like, oh, you give 10% here, 20% is, you know, you balance it out. But integration, especially now, whatever we do, even we're working, we're still in the middle of thinking about our families, about ourselves. So it's a really an integration. So that's one. And then having that fulfillment, and the fulfillment is not just about work, career, but also emotional on a personal level. Of course, all of this would mean nothing if we don't have a good uh, balance of health, mind, and body. So a sense of very good well-being is also a happy and secured lifestyle. Just enjoying simple things in life, and most of all, if you're at peace with yourself, you have that inner calm. Good, because you have good relations with family, with your friends, with your employees, colleagues. I think that would empower you that you are okay. But of course, life, we move life, and therefore it's also important to have a good level of financial security. So yeah, let's not be too hard on ourselves, because um, although we want to have a perfect life or
Mhm.
a very successful life, but I think it's important also to know how to embrace and accept imperfection.
That is
So
good because in imperfection is when we are perfected. Tama ba yun? Or there are a lot of quotes and tips and secrets that Miss Nikki Tang told us and shared with us today. And I hope you guys are learning a lot. And please do visit her website. The captions are below. And please subscribe and follow her on all her platforms. Ayan. And don't forget to also share this podcast with your friends, especially on if you want to know more about business management, family, and wealth planning, and most importantly, estate planning. And this has been Coach Ayat, and thank you. Have a great day, guys. Until our next chat.